Wind that gets converted into energy. Energy as powerful as a country like Brazil, with one of the best wind energy potential of the world. Despite having only a decade of having development in Brazil, the wind energy shows big numbers, with more than 7,500 wind turbines in 600 wind farms spread across 12 states. With an amount of 15 gigawatts of installed capacity, wind is the second source of the Brazilian electrical matrix, powering up to 10% of the country and providing more than 70% of the power for the Northeast region in one day, including peaks, during which wind energy powers up 100% of this region. What does this mean in terms of generation? Well, the wind power in Brazil generates enough to supply, on average, the consumption of 80 million people. This number is bigger than the population of North and Northeast of the country put together. The success of our winds also appears in world comparisons. In 2012, we were in 15th place in the Global Wind Energy Council Installed Capacity Ranking. Today, we are in 8th place in the ranking. And in 2018, Brazil was the 5th country in the world to have installed more wind power. But what explains the success of wind power in Brazil? In addition to the good winds, a key factor arises. Brazil assembled in no time an efficient production chain that builds up to 80% of a wind turbine right here. The tower structure, the blades, the generator, the foundation, and virtually everything from tiny screws to gigantic components come from Brazilian factories. Brazil also has an auction system that generates competition, making wind energy the cheapest form of electricity in the country today. The manufacturing process of the components requires high technology, big structures, complex logistics, and much knowledge. In a wind turbine factory, for instance, you are going to find some enormous structures that are the heart of the wind energy. Then a cell with a generator. These structures weigh up to 70 tons. And we could not forget to mention the hub, a structure that can be compared to the generator's nose that weighs 29 tons. Inside these structures, nature's power meets technology. It seems like magic, but it's not. These million machinery parts work together to convert kinetic energy from the wind to mechanical energy and then to be converted into electric energy. Well, but the wind only can reach up its objective thanks to the blades and its elegant aerodynamic design. The blade manufacturer has to at the same time handle the minor details that can increase or decrease the generator productivity and plan the complex logistics to transport these huge blades measuring over 60 meters. Picture yourself transporting one of those through the roads. There you have it. Now, imagine carrying 2,500 of these a year, with each one weighing from 10 to 20 tons. That was what we transported last year through our roads, reaching up more than 70 new wind farms that started operation in 2018. If we put all these blades together, that would mean 150 kilometers of blades weighing 30,000 tons. Speaking of wind farms, well, there too, we got impressive numbers. If you never came by a wind tower, now you're going to see for yourself what we're talking about. Looking at the top, you will find that a tower measures from 90 to 130 meters, ignoring the blades. If we consider the blades, we're talking about a structure that overcomes 200 meters. That is equivalent to a 60 floors building. What about the weight of all of this? Well, the upper part including the generator and the blades, weigh around 140 tons. How does all of this stays up? With a strong base firmly attached to the foundation that is below the ground. The visible base has 5 meters in diameter. To embrace it, we will need at least 15 people. Below the ground, the base is even bigger. Huge structures, the best winds in the world, a solid production chain, competitive auctions, and a source of energy that grows and strengthens itself year after year, being the cheapest one today. This is the Brazil of the good winds. The Brazil that generates an energy that does not emit greenhouse gases in its operation, that brings benefits to the population, and that will help us fight against global warming. The country that invests in a source of energy that coexists with crops and animals and respects the environment. This is the Brazil that has the energy to build a better future.